Welcome back to my channel. I'm Cece with When Green Pea. In the past couple of years that I've had this plant channel, I've filmed a number of plant rescue videos. After the video plays for a while, I notice that people will catch it later and then comment asking what happened to the plant. I thought I would film a video today giving you an update on 5 of my plant rescue videos. Who lived and who died? Stay tuned to the end where I revisit my most popular ever video and a propagation that I did there. My most recent plant rescue was in April of this year. I had a Monstera adansonii for about a year, and it just never looked very good. The leaves stayed small, and they were kind of yellowing and pale, and I just didn't know what was going on. So on camera, I decided to tackle it and try to figure out what was happening. I unpotted the plant and found that it was substantially root bound and probably wasn't getting enough light. So I'm here to say she's doing much better. I cut back some of the roots, gave her all new soil, and moved her to a place where she's getting a lot more light. What I have found is that the leaves are getting bigger. She's had a flush of new growth, and she just looks all over happier. So I would count this plant rescue a success. A little over a year ago, I found a plant in need of rescue at a local thrift store. It was a Boston fern, and it was tucked back in the store and just looked really sad. It was dark and pretty dry in there. So I knew if it had a chance of living, I needed to bring it home. I repotted it, gave it all fresh soil. I also put it in my bathroom where it gets indirect light and as much humidity as my house in the mountains can afford. And I'm here to say, she's done really well. I would guess she's tripled in size, and despite the dry air in my home, she looks really happy. So another success. About a month before my Boston fern success, I tried to rescue my Calathea warscewiczii. I had done everything possible with this plant, and it just was never happy. It had dry leaves, it would drop its leaves, I would overwater it, and then it would get soft. I mean, it was just totally a mess. And so I did a last-ditch effort. I down potted it and I gave it my best efforts. And sadly, I don't even have a plant to show you. That plant just didn't make it. So that was a fail. The very first video I ever made was in August of 2020. And thankfully, I've gotten much better at filming and editing. The theme of that video was trying to propagate an avocado seed in leca. I was having an avocado moment. I was just propagating all sorts of avocado seeds, and I was never really very successful. Some of them would grow actually into plants, but then with every new leaf, they would drop a leaf and they just were tall and spindly and horrible. So I thought, well, I would try it in leca. It was a new substrate to me, and I thought it would be a fun experiment. And it was a fun experiment. Sadly, it just didn't work. The plant lived and it made it to a plant stage, but it did no better than the ones that I had planted in soil. And so again, I have no plant to show you. That was a fail. And finally, the plant I want to talk to you about today is a plant that I covered in my most liked ever, most viewed ever video. And that was my video on my Pachira aquatica, or the money tree. Honestly, I have really no idea why that video took off, but I'm really happy that it did. People really like their money trees. In the video, I talked about care and best practices for a Pachira aquatica, and I also propagated the Pachira aquatica. So many people have asked, how is that doing? Did it survive? How long did it take to root? And one of the things that I noted then, and that remains true, is that a money tree will propagate, but it takes a really, 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 really long time to root, and your chance of success is only about 50%. I am happy to report that not only did I get roots, but I have this lovely little money tree to show for it. So yes, that was a success. This plant definitely propagated and is doing well. Now, granted, it grows very, very slowly, but it seems very happy. I love the big leaves and it has several stems, so I would count that one as a success. Thank you for watching my recap follow-up plant rescue video. If you enjoyed it, I would appreciate a thumbs up, a like on this video. That helps send the signal to YouTube that my content should be shown to more people. And I really would love it if you would subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my planty content and future plant rescues. As always, my plant friends, let's keep growing together a greener world.